In this video, we are going to talk about appearance versus reality in William Shakespeare's plays with reference to Othello, Twelfth Night, Macbeth, and King Lear. All that glitters is not gold is a famous dialogue from Merchant of Venice, one among the famous Shakespearean plays. This dialogue is actually repeated in many of his plays using different characters and their lives. When we started reading a play, the noble and loyal characters at the beginning seems crooked and cunning when we encountered them at the end. Yes, they wear masks in front of the co-characters and appears as friendly. But in the end, the hidden realities start resolving, and which makes us understand the huge differences between their appearance and reality. William Shakespeare, worldly accepted great writer, used this theme appearance versus reality in many of his plays in order to show us the dual face of humans and how it affects their society. Like a famous dialogue in the Shakespeare's play Hamlet, that I quote, "One may smile and be a villain." I unquote. So, it's so tough to judge a book by its cover. Through this theme, Shakespeare succeeded in making confusion between the characters along with the readers that who is real and who is fake. Villains usually acted like friends or even loyal strangers, but in fact, they hide the true identity for perks of getting luxury, power, position, and even for achieving love from someone else. Coming to Othello, we can see that nobody else but Iago is the most cunning manipulator in the history of literature, as he was able to destroy the present and future of even minor characters in the play only by using his expert tongue and dual face. Othello's power and position in the society, his peaceful married life with Desdemona, and all the goodness of Othello burned the jealousy of Iago, and which opened on to a great tragedy. He appeared like a well-wisher, and society named him as good and honest Iago, but in truth, he covered his nefarious smile inside. Like he said to Rodrigo, I quote, "Thus do I ever make my fool my purse, for I mine own gain knowledge should profine if I would time expend with such a snip, but for my sport and profit." I end quote. So he appeared to Othello as a loyal friend only for his own benefit. Also in Act 1st, Scene 1st and line 69, he pronounced and revealed his cruel face by saying, I quote, "I am not what I am." I unquote. So he proved that he is a green-eyed monster by appearing to Rodrigo as his benefactor, to Othello as his loyal friend, to Emilia as her loving husband, and to Desdemona as a well-wisher. But in reality, he used Rodrigo's money. He manipulated Othello by misinterpreting what he saw between Cassio and Desdemona. He cheated Emilia's faith and devotion to him, and finally he trapped Desdemona by her own death. In other words, he controlled everyone's destiny. His selfish evilness and vulnerable reality is clear through his words. I quote, "I follow him to serve turn upon him." I unquote. In terms of physical appearance, Othello is black and a Barbary horse for Iago. Iago united, Rodrigo mocked Othello's thick lips and called him as a devil and a black lamb. But in reality, despite of all societal beauty standards, Othello is more respectable and a brave soldier than any others in the Venetian society. Coming to Twelfth Night, in William Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, appearance versus reality made confusion in the characters and audiences mainly because of their disguise. Main character Viola, she freewillingly disguises a young boy named Cesario in order to get a job, a shelter, and to protect her youth and maidenhood. She hid her past and identity inside her attire and makeup for her survival. But her conscious decision of her makeover as an opposite gender hit her very badly when she was not able to express her love for Orsino, the Duke of Illyria, and when Olivia loves her by believing Cesario is a real man instead of Viola. She was demanded to hide her past and her love inside of a disguise and to be a victim of confusing triangle love. Viola faced gender identity crisis and the misery of existentialism when her external appearances covered her internal feelings. An awkward sexual mess which created dramatic irony as she said, I quote, conceal me as I am and be my aid, for such disguise as happy shall become the form of my intent. I unquote. If Viola's appearance caused for a gender conflict, foolish Malvolio's clothing with yellow stockings and crossed garters in order to impress Olivia by believing the words of Sir Toby and Maria led into Malvolio's own imprisonment. Coming to Macbeth, the way Macbeth and Lady Macbeth presents them in front of the society is so contradictory when coming to their true identity and reality. Unlike Banquo, Macbeth failed in understanding the evil spirit of the three witches and believed in the cunning predictions. He, with the help of Lady Macbeth, killed good souls such as King Duncan and Banquo. When King Duncan visited Macbeth's castle, he was so warmed by the delicate welcome of Lady Macbeth and the pleasant air around them. But in reality, King Duncan failed to understand the double face of the couple. As Lady Macbeth said to Macbeth, too, that I caught, look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under. I ain't caught. They appeared as innocent flowers and hide the serpent motifs in front of the king. At the dinner table after Banquo's death, also Lady Macbeth motivated him to change his reality and appeared as sleek over your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight. So together they planned and executed good souls and appeared as innocent, brave, loyal, great humans in front of the world. Macbeth's hallucination of seeing Banquo's ghost at the dinner night, Bloody Dagger at King Duncan's bedroom, Lady Macbeth's sleepwalking are some of the realities they faced because of their karma, guilty, and fake hospitality they shown. Other character in the play, Macduff, appeared so poor and coward in the beginning of the play, but he revenged for his father's murder with the help of Malcolm at the end. Coming to King Lear, and the play King Lear, central cause of the tragedy is the prejudice and misjudging of King Lear and Earl of Gloucester over their children. Elder two daughters of King Lear, Goneril and Regan, appeared as loving daughter, but in fact their eyes was on his wealth and land. They both praised him and twisted the truths. Goneril pronounced her love as, I caught, Sir, I love you more than word can wield the matter, dearer than eyesight, space and liberty, beyond what can be valued, rich or rare, no less than life, with grace, health, beauty, honor as much as child or father found. A love that makes breath poor and speech unable. Beyond all matter of much, so I love you. I unquote. Unlike them, innocent Cordelia said, I quote, I cannot have my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty, according to my bond, no more or less. I unquote. King Lear misinterpreted her words and betrayed her. But at the end, Elder doctors showed the real face, and Cordelia helped her father with the help of France's army. Just like King Lear, Gloucester also trapped by Edmund's trick and betrayed simple-hearted Edgar. Later, false appearance started revealing the truth, and Edgar rescued his father. Kent, an innocent and respectable duke, tried to protect and pamper King Lear, but King molested him as a servant. In the case of attires, Kent and Edgar wore simple clothes as their mind. Goneril and Regan wore simple dress at the beginning and came to luxury by the end when they had all the wealth and started to showing their true identity and face. Lack of knowledge and misjudging made the play tragic, and selfish characters revealed their face, the true face, by the end of the play. So, in conclusion, we can say that most of the time, characters' free will and fate resulted to hide their true identity and sense of belongingness, just like how Viola's free will and her fate made her to disguise as a young man in the play Twelfth Night. And also, we can take Macbeth and his free will to appear as a noble servant to King Duncan and to hide his true face of betrayal. Macbeth's conscious decision, along with Lady Macbeth's manipulation and motivation, all resulted to hide their identity, which later led them to their own torment. Betrayals and deceit for any luxuries or powers or positions or even acquiring someone's love made many characters to manipulate their co-characters and also to wear a mask over their real motives, just like what Iago did to Othello and to all the other major and minor characters in the play Othello. Protagonists or main characters' misbelief or misjudging later leads to their own grave as common in this theme, as we can take an example of King Lear's and Othello. So, in a nutshell, the theme appearance versus reality played a major role in the destiny of William Shakespeare's characters in the plays Othello, Twelfth Night, Macbeth, and King Lear.